Hey y'all, I'm back with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh my gosh. Shout out to all of the people that have been subscribing to me since I've been doing the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Like last year. Y'all know it was, bruh, I can honestly say the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reviews were probably like one of my favorite reviews to do because I was always going the fuck off. Like I love going off when necessary. And like the comments was serious. We was going back and forth. We was having a good time. We're gonna have fun this season. I'm still gonna go and let have, but we're gonna have so much fun this season. I'm so freaking excited. Like, let's get to it. Let's get to it, y'all. We're back. I have so many notes, okay? And we're gonna bring up some old fifis, okay, from last time. Okay, so whoo, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Bitch, hold on. We have hashtag get Teddy the fuck off my screen worked. And I just want to thank everybody who was part of, my like little project, my team of hashtag get Teddy the fuck off of our screen. Teddy Mellencamp is so fucking boring, and we, as a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans, did not no longer want her on our TV. She was boring. She didn't give anything. She tried to wear her little weight wannabe shit. You an accountability coach, but you ain't gotta take no accountability. This is wonderful. Like, this episode felt so good because there was no Teddy. I was so excited about that. Kathy Hilton is on here now. We got Crystal Minkoff on here now. Okay, my bitch Sutton is back. Okay, the beautiful, y'all not touching her, the goddess herself, Garcelle, is back. Okay, and then you got Kyle and you got Lisa Rinna. Anyway, let's start. Actually, we're gonna start with Kyle and Lisa Rinna. Okay, so Lisa Rinna brings her ass over to Kyle's house. So, y'all, the fucking gnats is starting already. It's gonna be 90 degrees outside today, so they're already fucking starting. I'm getting annoyed already. So yeah, so Lisa Rinna goes over to Kyle's house. Okay, Kyle is in bed, whatever. She got something all over her nose. Now, first of all, let me say, when she was like, oh, something, when I was filming Halloween or whatever, like something like went back and hit my nose or whatever, and it broke my nose. And I was like, girl, did it break your nose or did you want to get a nose job? And she said, and I figured, seeing how I'm going in there anyway, I might as well just get a nose job. I said, okay, I don't really know which one to believe, but at least you're being honest and saying you went to got a nose job, because that's what I was gonna say anyway. So let's move on. So, they're doing that. Now, this whole little scene that I'm talking about right now is bouncing back and forth between, and yes, I'm using my comb because I want to, it gives me like life as far as like getting my feelings out. Okay, so, this whole little scene is gonna be Lisa, Rinna, and Kyle like at Kyle's house talking, and then we got like Dorit and Erica like together too. And so, do that part, right? Then we look and we got Dorit and Erica there in the a sickening ass McLaren. That McLaren was clean as hell, super nice, very wealthy, giving me very much opulence. Dorit and Erica, the fucking fashion, queens on this show together. I'm here for it. I forgot all the way up until the show started that Dorit is normally my bitch when it comes to the fashions, and then Erica will come through and pump through too. So I'm really excited to see the fashions from both of my girls. I'm here for it. So they both in this sickening ass McLaren, okay? And Erica is talking about, how the pandemic and stuff has affected her. As y'all know, last season, Erica had got the role of Roxy in Chicago, so she was in Broadway, and y'all know with the pandemic, Broadway had shut down. She was like, I think 2 weeks before her last shows when everything shut down, which is good because I thought it actually ended, like, I would have thought that Broadway would have stopped like much earlier than that, but good for her. And she said, when she had to come back to the house, everything just stopped, and she was like, Tom was looking at me like, you ain't no good housewife. And she's like, you damn Skippy, I'm not no good housewife. That's why I ain't never fuck here. So, she's kind of dealing with that, which is kind of leading, I guess, us into the problems of what's going to happen. If y'all don't know, down the line, that Erica and Tom are getting a divorce. There was like a whole big thing. Like, I don't even know everything that happened. I just know it had to do with some other woman. And so I guess we're going to get there. But I guess this is like planting the seeds of like what's going to end up happening probably later this season. So, they're that. Then we go back over to Kyle and Lisa Rinna, and Kyle is talking about how she reached out to Garcelle or whatever. She tried reaching out to Garcelle, but she What did she say? She said, I reached out to her because I just wanted to clear the air, you know, and, you know, she's not following me. And she goes on her, I don't know if it's her Instagram or whatever. She's like, she follows this person, but she doesn't follow me. Do you want to know why? Because, see, I'm about to get hype again. Do you want to know why, Kyle? Because you fucking tried Garcelle. You tried Garcelle on national TV. And like Garcelle is going to ask next week, as she should, bitch, when it came to that whole thing with the charity, would you have asked any of these other hoes if I was white? Would you have asked me that? You wouldn't, because you want to know what you tried to do, Kyle? You tried to embarrass her. I'm not gonna let that go. You got on national TV and tried to say that a black woman took some shit from you for free and did not pay for it. You don't do that. You don't have the right. You don't have the fucking clearance. So if Garcelle said fuck you, that's what the fuck she means. Woo! I'm already getting started, y'all. I'm already getting started. You tried her, Kyle. Now you want to double back and try to kiss her ass? Off with her head. Off with her head, okay? So, I told you I'm about to have fun with this review. I'm super excited. So, then Lisa is like, okay, well, you know, I'm about to go sit down and I'm going to have lunch with her because I just want to clear the air. I want to clear the air. I can't wait till we get to this lunch. Oh, my gosh. Watch when we get to this lunch with her and Garcelle, because Garcelle was me the whole fucking time. Period, poo, period. So then we go over to beautiful Garcelle and her and Sutton and her other friend Teresa's hanging out, whatever. And Garcelle talks about how her and Sutton have gotten much closer, which makes sense to me because the only person on this whole show that I follow Instagram-wise is Garcelle. And I have seen a lot of times when Garcelle says things, like anytime she posts something, normally the only person from the Real Housewives that I see like comment a lot is Sutton. And at first I was wondering, okay, well, I wonder that is, but that makes sense that they're much closer. I'm like, that makes sense why I always see Sutton underneath Garcelle stuff. And they come off, at first you wouldn't think that Garcelle and Sutton would be friends, but it seems like they get along very, very, very well. I didn't like Sutton, of course, as we all know, when she first, like her first maybe 2 episodes, but eventually she stopped like trying to put on airs, and you know, Sutton is actually really, really cool. You know, they talk about the whole thing with, they don't talk about exactly what happened with Denise, but Garcelle says, you know, I still do talk to Denise and stuff like that. And Sutton was like, I haven't talked to her. She was like, yeah, I still talk to her. You know, she's doing cool and stuff like that. So then we move on, and Dorit and Erica pulls up to Kyle's house or whatever. Again, you know, both of them looking amazing. Specifically, now normally I don't like the little mismatched shoe situation, but I don't know why, but Dorit, you pulled it off. Bitch, you looked good as hell. Erica, you look, the fashion queens, they came through and they did what they needed to do, okay? So they came through to Kyle's house, said go in her room to talk to her, and Dorit talks about how she wants to throw a barbecue because nobody has been able to go out and have fun. So she was like, I'm gonna throw a barbecue, but I want us to all get like really glammed up and dressed up since none of us have really been able to do that. So cool. So then we go through like everybody pretty much and like what they've been doing in the quarantine. I fuck with Dorit because Dorit was honest and said, I ain't gonna lie, since the quarantine, it's been real easy. I mean, my kids go to school, but they go to school right downstairs in a private little room with the tutor and stuff. Like, it's kind of really been easy. See, I appreciate Dorit being real and saying that as a rich white woman, even though she ain't say that part, but as a rich white woman with privilege, the pandemic really didn't affect her all like that. Versus Mrs. Cam Westcott over here crying about a $2.4 million house or some shit when she living in a $1.5 million house. That's the type of shit I don't have for. Sit and stand in your privilege. Sit and stand in your privilege. That's why I fuck with Dorit, because the thing is, neither Cam or Dorit, and I'm talking about Cam from the Real Housewives of Dallas, Cam nor Dorit actually like work, you know what I mean? But the reason why I can take Dorit more than Cam is because Dorit sits in that fact. She don't make it seem like she like, I don't even know how to explain it. Dorit just sits in what it is, and I appreciate that. Then we go to Sutton, and Sutton talks about how she sold her one house in Bel Air, and then she got another house in Bel Air, but that house needs to be renovated. And so while it's being renovated, she is going to stay at she's going to stay at Kyle's old house or whatever. And the rent's like $20,000 a month, which is like, but I guess that makes sense. You know, so that's where she's staying. Then we got, okay, so let's get to the lunch, okay? Let me tell you something. Garcelle is me and I am Garcelle. Garcelle cannot hide how she feels. Like, she literally wears her like emotions on her sleeve. I just love her so much because she was me and I am her. Like the facial expressions, the girl what, the bitch please, it was all me. I'm here for it. Okay, so they get there, whatever. And Garcelle on her way there, she's like, I don't even really know how to feel about this because girl, like you really tried the last year. And y'all know, please go back and watch my reviews for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. At least the reunion part, I was going the hell off on Lisa and fucking Kyle because y'all just tried it all last season with Denise and it just pissed me completely off. And Garcelle is absolutely right. So anyway, so Garcelle gets there, right? So when they sit down, Garcelle pretty much puts it out there like, let's be real, I didn't appreciate the way that you treated like Denise or whatever, right? And she was like, I'ma just be real. In her confessional, she was like, I'm gonna be real, I don't like her. Like, I do not like Lisa Rinna. I don't like her. And I was like, sis, neither do I. Twinsies, we're the fucking same, okay? So Rinna pretty much apologizes. She was like, I'm sorry for hurting you, Garcelle, like I didn't mean to, and I wish, now this is Lisa Rinna, I wish I could have just been like you, Garcelle, and I wish I could have just stood by Denise's side and said forget all of them other girls is, and Garcelle is me. Why couldn't you? Why couldn't you though? Why was it so hard, like ourselves, for you to just stand by your friend's side, somebody you say you've been friends with for over a decade, and just stand by them versus trying to go with everybody else and throw her underneath the bus? What was the point of that? Like, why couldn't you? And Lisa is like, oh, well, I couldn't because, you know, it wasn't truthful to me. It wasn't truthful. And thank you, Garcelle, for saying exactly what I was saying last season. Why the fuck does it matter? It's not like Denise is lying about punching you in your face or some shit like that. Whether or not she had sex with, what is the girl's name? Whatever the other girl's name is, whether or not they had sex or not, how is that any of your business, and why the fuck does it matter? And that's what Garcelle was saying. Why does it matter? And Lisa is like, I mean, that part didn't really matter. I didn't really care about them sleeping together. Bullshit. This is what pissed me off all last season, is that Kyle and Lisa want to walk around and try to make it seem like, oh, we don't care if she slept with her. Oh, we don't care. Yes, y'all did. Yes, y'all did. Y'all, that was y'all whole sole purpose of everything, is that y'all wanted to try to catch her in a lie to see whether or not she was lying. I think it's her name, or Brandy, to see if she was sleeping with Brandy or not. That's what was pissing me off all last season. It's pissing me off now because you still won't own up to it. Y'all did care. Y'all did care. Y'all did care. And y'all had no reason to, because it's not y'all vagina. It's not y'all wife. It's not y'all bitch. So why did y'all care? Why? Why'd y'all care? Okay, all right, whatever. Lisa says that, oh, her and Brandy's relationship was too close. I'm not that close with my friends. Again, you can't say that you don't care about what Denise and Brandy was doing together, and then in the very next sentence say, oh, but they was a little bit too close. I would never be that close. Who cares? It's not your business. Who fucking cares? So Garcelle's pretty much like, at the end of the day, if you would do Denise like that, how I know you won't do the same to me? Thank you, Garcelle. Thank you so much. And Lisa, oh, I'm not gonna do you like that. And she's gonna say, I was really, really protective of Denise. And Garcelle is me. She's like, girl, you was protective of Denise. And Lisa Rinna's like, I know it doesn't seem like that. I know it doesn't seem like that, but I really, really was. Bitch bye. So Garcelle says to Lisa, look, she was like, oh, can you forgive me? Can we be cool? Can we move forward? She was like, I'm gonna say this. We gonna tread lightly. But I will see. But I'm treading very lightly when it comes to you. I'm just here for Garcelle being real. Because, see, I hate when the girls get up here together and sit up there and be like, oh, I'm over something, or, oh, we can all move forward and we all good to go. And then we try to move forward and you're still bringing up old shit. I appreciate Garcelle being real and being like, we ain't all the way there. I'm going to try to move forward, but I'm treading lightly with you because I'm still side-eyeing you. Why would Garcelle not side-eye you? Lisa Rinna acted a fool all last season about Denise and got on that damn reunion and blamed. Hold on. When I really snapped on my review when I did the reunion, it's because Lisa Rinna and Teddy and Kyle, but mostly Lisa Rinna and Teddy, sat up there and said that Denise was the reason that everybody on Twitter was going in on them and didn't like them, and why the fans didn't like them. I I'm one of the few people who actually review the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on YouTube. Let me tell you something. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. It's not because of Denise that we don't like y'all. We just don't like y'all because y'all be acting like bitches, period. That's why we don't like y'all. We do not like y'all because of the way that y'all act. It don't got nothing to do with Denise. Again, Miss Renna want to talk about some, and I did call her Miss Renna. Miss Renna on some, own it, own it, own it, own it. And you never want to own any of your shit. That's why I hate when she girl, that shouldn't be your tagline. Anyway, let's move on. Break it down. Okay, cool. So then Erica, she talks about, we go to Erica and she's like with her crew and she's talking about, being cooped up in the thing with Tom and Tom going all crazy because all of the courts and stuff is closed, which I'm pretty pissed about because last year I had an internship to do with like a lawyer and stuff like that, and once the pandemic hit, like all of that just kind of like fell by the wayside. Like it was very disappointing because y'all know like me and my journey to trying to get in, like to become a lawyer and stuff, like it's just a lot right now. It's a lot. Anyway, so then we go to Garcelle house and Garcelle and Dorit comes over to Garcelle's house or whatever. She shows her new house because y'all know she bought a house last year on the last season. So she's showing around the house. The house is like beautiful. I forgot to bring up that Garcelle is now a co-host on The Real, which I know at first a lot of people didn't really like it and they didn't get it. But I feel like if you was to watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, then you would get why Garcelle is a good fit for that. Garcelle is shady as hell. She's super, super shady. And I live. And I just live. I live for her shade. I do. She had 2 goldfish, right? And there was one that was like black on white with all of these spots, and then another like regular goldfish. And she's like, so let me tell you, the colorful one name is oh shit, my phone's about to die. Hold on, y'all. The colorful one name is Dorit because she's stylish and she's what do you say? She's like, because she's stylish and she's fashionable and stuff. And she was like, and then this other one right here, that name's Kyle. And they said, why is her name Kyle? Because it's ordinary. It's like, AKA basic, bitch. Kyle, you're a basic bitch. You're basic. You're basic across the board. You're basic on how you dress, specifically on how you dress, girl. You're super basic. And that's why I said last season, the reason why Kyle was really mad at Dorit for taking a long time is because Dorit looks better than you. On your best day, you can't do you can't give the girls what Dorit gives. You just can't. Your team ain't up there. Your style, whoever is on Dorit's team fashion wise, you just ain't got that. You will never beat Dorit when it comes to the fashions. You're ordinary, aka you basic. You super basic. I found that hilarious. Garcelle and Dorit is talking, and so Garcelle tells her about the meeting she had with Lisa Rinna and stuff, and she was like, I can't trust her, like that's just where I'm at. And Dorit is like, well, I mean, I get you, because when I first met her, I couldn't really trust her either. They go down the whole timeline of what happened with Lisa Rinna and Dorit and stuff, and she was like, well, do you trust her now? Dorit was like, yes. And she was like, why'd you pause so long? Because I'm pretty sure she's like, I mean, she ain't my best friend, but I mean, I guess she cool. I think Dorit didn't want to say no to like make it come off some way to like Rinna on TV or whatever, but whatever. So then we got Lisa and Kyle. They're on their way to Crystal Minkoff's house, okay? And Kyle talks about how Kathy, which y'all know Kathy Hilton is, Kathy Hilton, Paris Hilton's mama, got all them damn chains up and down the Hilton hotels and shit, okay? That's Kyle's sister. And she was like, I kind of know Crystal through Kathy or whatever the case may be. So they kind of talk about them a little bit. And Kyle said that she is going to meet with Garcelle very, very soon. So they get over to Crystal's house and stuff like that, right? So they meet Crystal. Crystal is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Asian woman. Pretty tall. But really beautiful. Her house is really nice. Her husband is Rob Minkoff. All I need in The Lion King. Her husband directed The Lion King, bitch. Now, I know he said he worked for Disney. That man probably ain't got to do nothing else a day in his life. He made The Lion King. He directed The Lion King. Yeah, come. I'll do the whole circle of like, girl, I just can't wait to be king. Or, can you feel the Bitch, he's an icon. Period. He's an icon. Come on. The Lion King. So, yeah, so what did Lisa Rinna say? Lisa, she was like, I mean, it ain't classy to name drop or anything, but girl, sometimes she was like, but in Beverly Hills, we do kind of go off of who you know, and girl, that's your husband. And she took them to the room, like his Lion King room. Solidified, girl. You ain't gotta say nothing else to me. He made the Lion King, and I didn't even see shit about Crystal. Crystal's nice, but girl, your husband made the Lion King. Now they did talk about like there is a age difference between them two. I think it's like a pretty big age gap or whatever, because I think he said he had moved out there to Beverly Hills in 1980. I think at that point, first of all, actually, how old is Crystal? We're gonna look that up. How old is Crystal Minkoff's age? How old is she? She is 35. So, and her husband is 58. So 35, that's like only 20 some years. Okay, so yeah, got a little bit of time on her, but cool, it is what it is. They go outside and they talk and stuff like that, and Crystal talks about, you know, how she was planning to have a boy, and how, you know, because of Asian culture and stuff, and so she planned and she actually had a boy, and all of this other stuff that she was talking about. Crystal comes off to me, because she said a couple of things later on in the episode, she gives me very uppity a little bit. I mean, your husband did make the Lion King, so like I guess I kind of get it. But Crystal gives me very like upper class, like I want to be proper a certain way, like very dignified, upper class. Do y'all get what I'm trying to say? I can't even think. I don't want to say she's not uptight, but she just gives me, she does come off very judgmental, I guess. Like, girl, if you don't got this on, if you ain't certain, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't even explain it. She just gives me very, very uppity and very like, ooh, that's a that's a Telfar bag. Ain't that how you say it? Teflar bag. It's not a Givenchy bag. Or you got a Givenchy bag? Okay, well, I got the original bag. Like, that's what she gives me. That might not be her, but that's what she gives me. That's the vibe she gives me. So then we go to the barbecue itself, and let's go down the list of how everybody looked. Now, normally I don't do fashions, but when it comes to the Real House of Beverly Hills, I have to, because I need to make a point. Erica, she had this like beautiful, like this little tutu like kind of dress on, where it was like flanned up from, I said flanned, like kind of went up from here, like this tulle outfit, I guess, tulle, because you kind of went up here and then went out that way. Ice was on point, okay? Iced out, okay? Ice me out. She looked good, okay? Erica looked really, really cute. Dorit, I love the look, even though her son came for her and said, why your titties out? And it looked like you got on a robe. I liked Dorit's look, because I thought it was like very classic, but it was very sexy, okay? But she looked good. Sutton, nope. But we have already established Sutton is not the person we're going to for fashions. Cal, your titties were sitting, but girl, basic, very much so basic. Lisa, you gave me very wannabe J-Lo. Like, y'all know that famous like Versace dress that J-Lo wore, the little green one that cut super low. It gave me like that, but in like a pantsuit. And Kathy and Crystal, no. Okay. So yeah, so all of the girls show up. Crystal said that she felt super underdressed, which I said, girl, you kinda are. Like, I know, like, this is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, girl. You gonna have to step your cookies up. The girls are coming to dress, okay? They're competing. This is not a let me be classy and just sit back and be debonair. You gotta come with the looks, girl. Come with the looks. So Crystal was like, I'm professional. Oh, I feel underdressed a lot of times because I be feeling like the older friends that I have, like they dress much younger than they actually are, and they need to like tone it down a little bit. Like, they need to dress pretty much appropriate to their age. And I got in my notes, I'm pretty sure they do, because the people in your age bracket, they don't have the type of money that you have, and they not in the circles. Girl, you're 35. So I'm pretty sure all of the people that you do hang out with are probably much older than you because of wealth. Like, who's 35 years old and has as much money as probably your husband do, or is running in them same circles? So I'm pretty sure you probably do feel like that. But at the end of the day, all these women are grown as hell. They can dress however the fuck it is that they want to dress. If Kyle want to have her titties out, let her have her titties out. She's a grown ass woman with how many kids? She could do what the hell she want to do. That's what I mean when I say I feel like she's very like, I don't know, very like respectability like type of person, like respectability politics type shit. We ain't here for that. You on a wrong show if that's what you here to do, girl. This ain't it. So so yeah. So yeah. Let's keep on. When Garcelle had came in, tell me why Kathy thought it was Kyle. Now, I get, the only reason I kind of get what she was saying is because what Garcelle had on, because I didn't talk about Garcelle's outfit. I thought her outfit was cute. What Garcelle had on does remind me of something that Kyle would possibly wear, so I can kind of see what she means. But everything else, like, girl, you're blind as hell. Then when they're like having a little confessional with Crystal was like, yeah, you know, like in Hollywood, you know, if people don't like know you, that's because like you're not important. And that's what I mean when I say the little uppity side. And one of the producers was like, well, do you know Dorit? And she was like, no. Shade. Feel me? Shade. Don't come on here, Crystal, and shade and Dorit. Don't do that. That's my girl. That's my girl. Don't shade Dorit if Dorit didn't do nothing to you but invite you to her beautiful ass home. Don't shade her. Don't shade her, okay? And girl, I never heard about you a day in your life, in my life. Are you important, or are you important because of who your husband is? Check that, okay? So let's keep moving on. Kyle comes in late, like I said, and Dorit picks on her a little bit. She's like, oh, are you late because of glam? I'm like, Get in her ass, Dorit. Get in her ass. Garcelle's face this whole night is hilarious. When Kyle came in, this is Garcelle. No, first it was like this. Then it was, you look amazing. I was like, Garcelle can't stand that bitch. She can't stand her. And I'm here for it because I don't like Kyle either. Hilarious, okay? She said you look great, but her whole face was absolutely not. So all of the girls go to sit down. The barbecue wasn't really a barbecue, but these hoes, I gotta understand that like white people's versions of barbecue, or not white people, richer white people's versions of a barbecue versus like the rest of us regular people, our versions of barbecue are two different things. Where was the ribs? Where was the chicken? Where the hell was the grill? This was more like an appetizer type of thing, and that would have pissed me off because I would have been hungry. Dorit, hey, next time you get some real fucking food there. I know that the girls was cute, but you could have gave me like a big ass bib or whatever, and I would have went in on some ribs. You don't do that, Dorit. Get better food next time, sis. Better food. So they're all sitting down and talking. Lisa Rinna invites everybody to go to this house that she has on Lake Tahoe. So I guess that's where the girls are gonna go. You know, somebody got to do that at least. Then Sutton and Garcelle are like talking on the side or whatever, and Sutton's like, hey, you know, so what's going on? What happened with you and Lisa? And she was like, I mean, we talked and stuff, and you know, whatever. And Sutton was like, well, Lisa made it seem like y'all two are good to go. Like y'all are fine. There's no problem. She was like, why in the hell would she think that? And I'm with Garcelle because just because I said that we can move forward, that doesn't mean that I am now 110% over the whole situation. Because she even said to her, I'm treading lightly when it comes to you, but I'm not gonna like hold on to everything, but I'm still treading lightly because I'm trying to slowly but surely get over what the hell you said about me. So Sutton is like, I think you really need to go and talk to her about that. And so that it is what it is. Garcelle was annoyed the whole time. It was all over her face. Like, she was so annoyed. Like, even her, she was like, you can just tell Garcelle didn't really want to be there. I feel you, boo. She just didn't want to fucking be there. And Erica at the end talks about, you know, how hard it was for her to like, since, you know, quarantine has started. Y'all know Erica was normally always out here getting it, hitting the road, doing her shows and stuff like that. And she was like, you know, I just kept waking up to silence because Tom is old as fuck, okay? They don't have no kids together. Her kid is grown as hell outside of the house, a grown ass man, and they got a big ass house. And I feel like that's probably why Erica probably is never even home like that, because it's probably lonely. Like, Tom is an older man. He can't really keep up with Erica, you know? And so she said she ended up getting on into antidepressants because it was just really becoming a lot for her. And that's pretty much how we end the episode. I thought the first episode was cool, y'all. I'm here for it. Y'all get in the comments. Please, for goodness sake, get in the comments so we can talk about it. What do y'all think about Crystal? What do y'all think about Kathy being on here? Do you think that Lisa Rinna is doing the most? Or do you think Garcelle is being a bitch just to be a bitch? Please get in the comments because I want to talk to y'all. Get in the comments so we can talk about it. Talk to y'all later. Bye.